Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in to my presentation. My name is Lauren, and today I will be discussing how to interact with the deaf community and their ASL interpreters. Okay. Starting out with my credentials that allow me to speak on this subject, I have studied American Sign Language, ASL, for 6 years now, and as well as learning the language, I have also studied deaf culture and deaf history. I have an associate's degree in sign language interpreting from Lansing Community College that I earned last year in May. I also attended Gallaudet University for 1 year, which is the largest deaf school in America located in Washington, D.C. And I am attending Siena Heights University currently for my bachelor's degree in sign language interpreting. And in the image here, you can see that the ASL sign for interpreter. Terminology. When speaking with or about a deaf person, there's acceptable language and there's also unacceptable language. Acceptable language examples include deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing. Unacceptable language includes hearing impaired and deaf and dumb. These terms should not be used as they are insulting to the deaf community. Interpreting. Interpreters are language facilitators. So to give you an example, if a hearing person and a deaf person are trying to communicate, ideally there's an interpreter there to help communicate and facilitate that language. The deaf person would sign American Sign Language, the interpreter would watch them and then produce that into spoken English for the hearing person to understand, and then same vice versa as well. The hearing person speaking spoken English, the interpreter listening, and then producing that into ASL for the deaf person to understand. Some hearing devices that you might see include hearing aids and also cochlear implants, which are abbreviated to CIs. And in the image here shown, a little girl has a CI on her head and ear. Interactions. What to do and what not to do when interacting with the deaf community. Make sure that we make eye contact with the deaf individual. Eye contact is very important in the deaf community as it shows that you are fully listening to the conversation. And also speak directly to the deaf individual because that is the person you are having a conversation with. What not to do. Don't watch the interpreter instead of the deaf individual. And then don't speak to the interpreter instead of the deaf individual. Remember that interpreter is the middleman there, but you are actually having a conversation with the deaf person. And also asking inappropriate questions or making inappropriate comments. Some examples of these can be, can you read lips? Why don't you get hearing aids? Not everybody has to, and everybody has a different journey that they go on. Some people are content with being fully deaf or being fully hard of hearing, and then some other individuals choose to get hearing aids or CIs to help hear. And then also saying things like, you don't look deaf. That's not a very appropriate comment to make to somebody, especially people that you don't know. And then in the image here, you can see how an interpreter is that middleman between conversations, between the deaf client and the hearing client. Okay. Most important thing is just being open-minded. It may be nerve-wracking, but in my personal experience, the deaf community is very welcoming and also very forgiving. And you may make some mistakes, but the deaf community is there to help you learn more and become more educated. Some other forms of communication that you can use if you don't have interpreters there include writing back and forth with pen and paper. That one's pretty simple. It just might take a little bit longer, but if you're willing to put in the work and have a conversation with somebody, I'm sure the deaf person will greatly appreciate it. And also learning basic signs and the ASL alphabet. You can be proactive and learn these signs in the ASL alphabet in order to interact with that deaf individual if you come in contact with somebody. And also the deaf person may have family or friends there with them that can interpret for you. They might not be a certified interpreter, but they can be there to help facilitate that conversation between you two. All right. I hope my presentation gave you a newfound confidence to go and interact with deaf people, and I hope you learned something today. Thank you for listening, and any comments or questions are welcome down below in the comment section. Appreciate your time.